Jesus, let it take control. Just sit and worship. I know it hurts you, and I know it's painful. No way to wait, so you have to let it go. Your best friend is not your secret enemies. Let it go. Your wife is getting married to another man. Your husband are falling in love with another woman. Don't let it bother you. I've said let it go. If someone overlook you because you live in zero, if they insult you because you don't have nobody, if they say you will continue to be a zogo, if they say you will continue to be a prostitute, if they say you will continue to be a beggar, you will not marry, you will not bear your own children. If they say your knee is borrow, some they go to meeting, mommy can say no, Johnny Ginger. Just let it go. Jesus will change your story. Let it go. 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 Lord, help me let it. Help me let it go, man.
Yeah. Mighty blow. Holla. Nobody do it like you do it, you a true God. Yes. You always hear me when I say my prayer with few words. But Jenna said, and they plenty in this new world. Read the power every day, now while I'm still a good boy. Jehovah bigger than your problem, so just let it go. Just keep on praying, he will make your blessing overflow. To be the best and more the rest, you gotta pray more. The God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of mighty blow. But there is power in your blood, now while I'm giving praises. Yes. I gotta dance that David dance, they think I'm getting crazy. But love is how you.
Good evening, folks. Welcome. I'm Alfonso Z and so of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to welcome all of our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. And very shortly, we will get this program on the way. So stay tuned, hold tight. It's going to be a fascinating conversation here this evening. Just bear with us. We will get this program rolling here. Alfonso Z and so of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. A team of contributors and analysts. They will be joining me here very shortly for today's program. LPR Special. SB is Justin Bonget who say good evening to welcome to Veronica, to welcome Bullet, and all of our great people here, Isaac, Ba, Nyanyu, and all of you great folks here to say good evening and welcome. This is the Liberia Public Radio.
Suffering from all kinds of sickness, Lord. Lord, help them. That sickness that reviling you, I say, let it go. That barrenness, pack your load and go.
You got to pack your load and go, man. These are children of God. They don't sickness doesn't belong to them.
Say you spirit of suppression, let it go. Spirit of denial, spirit of depression, let it go, man. Oh, I'm tired. Pack your load and go. If your picking take your chemo.
Oh man, that's one that nobody will easily let it go when they take your chemo. That's gonna be hell and fire. Gonna be a straight civil disobedience. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you this evening, morning, depending on where you are, by sharing your evening with us. I am Alfonso Z and so of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to welcome you this evening here. This is LPR Special. We will be having the analyst is going to be here by 9 o'clock. This tonight program is divided into two segments. The first, the analysts, as usual, they're going to be here, and we're going to be having a special guest, a group of Liberians. That's the University of Liberia. They're having a convention, and that convention is expected to kick off in Wilmington, in Delaware, Newark, Delaware, according to our understanding. So they will be, so they're going to be joining us here very shortly. Let's get the ball rolling. Okay, good evening. Good evening. To say welcome. Thank you for sharing your evening with us here at the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. I am Afonso Zian, so I am right here in control this evening, right here with this special editions Lpr-Tv special. So we're going to be having, let me see here. No, this is not the right one here. This is not either the right one. So let me just make sure here. This is where we are. Okay, this is Lpr-Tv special. We will be having the guests from the University of Liberia. There is a major program convention. To our understanding is on the way. They will be joining me here right on top of the hour at around a little 9 o'clock. But as usual, the contributors, analysts, they will be joining me here. And we're going to be having these conversations. And later on, we're going to be joining the folks. The folks are from the university. Their program is in the making in Newark, Delaware. But we will be having a conversation, team of contributors and analysts. They're going to be joining us here. This is Lpr-Tv special. We try to keep it proportional. We told you we're going to discuss national issues, and we're also going to be looking at issues right on our own feet. The proliferations of these organizations here in the U.S. is also speaks volume, because at the end of the day, these people, they go there and they have all right, but we got to see what they are doing. They raise money. They are involved in multitudes of roads. They're also liable to answer questions because they are collecting funds and what actually they are doing. And some organizations are making meaningful impact in Liberia. So we need to check them, just how we put in check national government, advocates, everybody. Are we all liable to be fair check with our engagement in society, things that we do? As long as you find yourself in the eyes of the public, then of course you have to check you. But I can tell you, this Sunday at the Liberian Ward, we didn't have it last Sunday because there was a technical issue coming from both in Liberia and this end. But this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Liberian Ward will be airing right here on the Liberia Public Radio, and Dr. Stephanian Fortit will be my special guest in that exclusive interview. We have a list of people. Mandela Cooper going to be coming on the 6th of November. And another journalist, young lady, we're going to be talking. She's the president of the Executive Mansion Press Crew. We're going to be talking to her. She was in the USA. Liberian War today going to involve multitudes and people from different spectrums of our political landscape and society, including you. Any of you can be called here to have a conversation, and that's what makes it Liberian War today. We want to go inside the war of Liberia to know what is unfolding and things that we're going to be talking as well. So, all right, the vice chairman of the committee will also be joining us here. We're going to see. So it's going to be a fascinating conversation. And we told you yesterday there's a new phase, a new legend, a new a present will surface here potentially this evening on the Liberia Public Radio. And we're pouring around yesterday trying to define and establish his political identity. We always go out there to get the best and bring them so that they will share their expertise, their opinions about society and things that we do, the political institutions, and only their own political mind as well. And this is why we always like to keep the conversations on this network in a very unique and special way, because there's a lot at stake. If we come here and start insulting, be it the government, the opposition, or people that we disagree with, we are not even finding a solution to the problem. And this is why the Liberia Public Radio, so the nomenclature, the name of the institution itself speaks volume. And people just don't know, even regardless of whatever institution or network that you are running. It's not just only your people listen to you. People take up their valuable time, not that they are less busy, but it comes with the hope of you providing information, concrete, not this sort of rare meat or soundbite because you more or less addicted or you want to be an entertainer. And unfortunately, that's how the media into this war is being seen, is being viewed, and that's how it looks like. Because more or less, if you don't find yourself in the entertainment, in the media aspect, well, nobody tends to listen to you. Or you must even have a political peg. You must pick a political party, or you must somehow, somewhere be a sympathizer of a political institution in order for people to listen to you. That's not who we are. That's not what we represent. And we intend not to be that. We intend to make the conversation proportional and making sure and realize there's so much, too many is at stake in the country. The drama is already unfolding. So why would I come here and sit behind the microphone and be more or less be a political satire? It just doesn't make sense. We need to hold these people accountable. They are our leaders. We respect them, but we want them to answer tough questions. And the reason sometimes these people don't appear on most of the network and other network, variety of reasons. One, we disrespect them. If we even disagree with them, we insult them. We, label them. We see them as we indict them without giving them the fair share. That is wrong. That is wrong. And this is why we want to get people we want them to kick their own can down the road. I am Alfonso Zienso of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Stay tuned and we will get this program going right away. I saw my guys come in here. But let's do this here. Yesterday, there was people try to figure out who is he and what he represents. Let's place this here. And listen to the most liberal on this network here, Samson Bloku Branto. Listen to him. What are you going to be at? You have a side. Amos Joyce have a side. The guy from Minnesota, he does have a side. The other man from your liberals, California, he has a side. More or less, I am the only guy standing alone. I'm not sure what
what I will predict and what I will speculate on is this. As smart as he is, and we have two smart gentlemen with us here, either you'll be an ANC or the tier one Gonglo people. Smart people, they will always gravitate towards other smart people. So I'm not too sure if you're going to be on my side.
You don't see us as a Unity Party guy?
The Unity Party people, they're not that.
You see, that's him. That's the liberal progressive. That's exactly who he is, and that's how he goes about to do his thing. He's one of those that is leading this conspiracy theory right here on this network, and we will always, at all times, find it necessary to call him out. Believe me, trust me, down the road, anybody that comes on this network here, this guy, he will always, stereotype everything he's involved. He's going to link you with something. He's going to some kind of name. You remember when Sissy came? He described him as Minnesota politician. We had Professor Asase Labozawlo here. He called him CDC professor. When Jonathan Docolet came in, he said ANC analyst. So there is a pattern here. There is a history. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me, our new political commentator analyst, he's trying to figure out the name for him. Well, one of our contributors is here. He support the ANC. Mr. Jennington Dakale is here. Let me just bring in here. I think it looks like he's much busy with Alexander Kumi campaign in recent time. But let me just bring him in and let's see what happened. Mr. Ducalet, good evening. Are you part of what? Your name has been added to the list or what?
Thank you again for being here. I feel quite warmed, and I miss all of you. My name is not on the list of the thing Cummings, but as you know, I support the Cummings agenda and the CPP. So I was in Washington for the conventional fundraising, and
I
it
saw
was wonderful.
you're traveling plenty BB places now, Washington.
Yeah, and I saw the Treasury Department has sanctioned
Oh
Magidi.
my
I took the
goodness.
picture and put it.
You stay beyond Magay. Magay is already suffering from whatever I don't know, that front polar or side polar or whatever it is. Okay, so how was that convention? But just to let you know, I'm quite sure you've been following us. We have a new face on this network, but not new in the business. He's heavily involved in community initiative, and he's going to be here. And we were speculating, is he a member of the ANC? Do you know his political affiliation, Dr. George Toto? Do you know which party he affiliated with? Something to the Liberal was making a speculation last night. Yeah, oh, maybe he could be with ANC. He looks like, I don't know how he came up with that sort of theory, but he is who he is. We were saying that maybe Dr. Toto is with ANC. I don't. Have you had a chance to talk to him before? Is he a member of ANC?
No, I've not had interaction with him before. But I will be so glad that wonderful Liberians will join the bandwagon of our country. There are too many issues. I mean, the most recent, it has been for some months now, but the conversation that was elevated about it on the other network today is quite disturbing. The census and the
Yes.
financial, impropriety about it is disturbing because the essence of the census, we have to understand about development. Census and the counting of population is so important. It gives you the data about all of the development issues about a particular area. And it tells you the gap and what measure needs to be taken. And so that is why the Constitution requires it to be done every 10 years period. This government should have done it 2018. It failed to live up to its expectation. We've gone since 2018, additional 4 years. We are still struggling with counting the population. When we arrive in out of too many different states that have gone, you get at the airport, you go to where the guy of they transport vehicles, you put in your information, they hand deliver you the key, you take the people car key, you start it, you go all about based on the terms and agreement. Afterward, you return to the airport, you drop the car key, they inspect it, they let you go. The reason why it is not happening in our country, because someone will steal the car and carry it to Lugwatu and sell it. No security, no system. And this thing that should bring about system which is sensor and put in place measure of development, our friends who are leading government efforts have again stolen this amount as we heard on the tape. It is disturbing, it is disgusting. You make listing of censor staffs, you call John female. I mean, in this gross inadequacy as such, it is just appalling and it's embarrassing for our country at this age and time. And sometimes when we say it because there are too many negatives that are happening, it appears as if though one will not have a solution to it only because they are outside governance. And that is the disturbing thing that President Weah and a group of people are offering us. They are not only offering us stealing the money of our country, they are blackmailing the reputation of our country, and indeed they are defacing the strength of our nation. I mean, it is just.
Let me hold you there. This seems not to be going down with your friend and brother here, because this guy is on ANC by crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you decided to even find him when you went to Minnesota, because this is not paying off at all completely. Okay, sister, good evening and welcome.
Hey, Afonso, how you doing? Don't start trouble here. Hey, Jonathan, my man, I was checking for list 3. I thought you knew I come on list number 3 already, my man.
There you go.
I stay hoping, my man.
There you go. Look, okay, tonight program going to be in 2 segments. We're going to be having the University of Liberia. They having what you call convention in Newark, Delaware. They had a Newark in Delaware, right? Yeah, they have the Delaware. So the team going to be here. We're going to be talking to them as well. So, but as notwithstanding, we still have look. This census thing here, this thing should have been done. What long time? We're talking about election, and we just do not have a picture how many persons really going to participate in a process. What the heck is going on? Your mic, check your microphone.
Oh yeah, you're asking me. I thought you're asking.
I mean, I'm just because.
So the first thing about the census, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a breach of the Constitution that the census that is supposed to be carried out every 10 years is not yet carried out. I could be wrong, but I think the last time census should have been carried out was the tail end of the Ellen government. So let's put right where right belong. That wasn't done. And so counting people, I said that the other day on the show, my brother Jonathan was not here. I said counting people is really critical to democracy, because the way people are partitioned, are parceled into legislative districts is based on population. So when population shift, then you're supposed to shift those representation. And so if Nimba County gained more residents than Lofa, then Lofa is supposed to be losing more representation, and Nimba should be gaining more. More besides, that's a way to be able to determine, just as a check and balance, on how many votes you're expecting out of a particular legislative district. So I think it's wrong that they are now just doing that. However, I want to do a little bit, I know my brother just came back with firepower from Baltimore, but trying to link the census mistakes with moral turpitude in Liberia, where people will steal your car and carry it to Logatu. I think those are comparing apples and oranges. Counting people got nothing to do with the morality of the country. We count people here every 10 years, and people will still steal a vehicle here. In fact, right now there's a TikTok video about how to steal these Korean vehicles. So I think those two things are different. But I do get a point he was trying to make, that we have to be able to account for how many people live within our borders, and those are tied to development. Those are tied to every plan that the government carries out. What are you thinking about how many police people to be assigned in a county? What are you thinking about how many more doctors and lawyers and nurses to train and assign to those counties are based on the population growth and an account. So he's right on there. A government cannot fully function without knowing how many people live within your borders.
Why this thing being hanging like that? I mean, why?
Yeah, sister.
Reason?
Yeah, sister. When I spoke of morality in that aspect, I was not speaking as whether people cannot steal car in California, but for somebody to rely on you, it will be through a system, and the system begins with counting the people population. It begins with knowing the people data. I spoke of data. So even if you went for the car, you got to show a data information, whether through your credit card, your bank transaction, that these are ways that you can be tracked. And so because of that, the people rely on you, and they give you and you bring it back certainly. But I'm not talking about car being parked on the street line and people breaking through it.
You brave wood. I said, so you depend on that. You be a get card. You get a driver, let's say you be a card, go get somebody.
That's the beginning.
Is it like what? Is it an ANT? What is it? A guy or dancing? What Booker? I know Booker dance too. He danced there at the convention, Jonathan.
Whether he danced Booker?
Yeah. Mr. Cummins, they say you were dancing Booker.
I was not paying attention.
Oh my God!
But I know. No, I was also dancing Booker too. So when you say dance Booker, I was dancing Booker.
by the video or one internet, my man. Or you be seeing nothing but.
Yeah, no. My thing here is that I mean I know that his wife danced because he was dancing. I mean, and when I follow the tip about making buka or dance, you know,
You guys,
I can party. My second party. I think the issue about the dancing of buka is when serious national issue are here and you dancing.
you see how politicians can do things. You see how
Yeah.
politicians are very clever to curve their.
No, Mr.
Let me
So, Cummings has said on the record that he party, he loves dancing. He himself has said it publicly. So there is no way that dancing become an issue for him. The issue here is that you cannot be dancing when you have serious thing on your head to solve. That's the issue, especially national issues.
So for me though, I really think this whole dancing thing is much to do about nothing, and I don't know why the ANC is running from it. But I think humanizing your candidate, it's a very good thing. It's a great political strategy. Most people don't want to vote for people that they don't feel a connection to. So Kumi's dancing, by the way, I enjoy his wife dancing. That old lady know how to do the buka dance. I'm just going to tell you that. You pour that more, any group of young girls, you'll beat them.
When you pour he and Bwaka wife together, who you think gonna win it?
She would beat it. No, did you see the video, man? I would tell you, she humanized. I have not known much about her, really, because most time the talk is about Cummings. And when I saw that video, I'll be very truthful to you. I actually felt a connection to her on a human level, because with all of the wealth and with all of the power, you could see that she laid down her guards. That is what we need from our leaders. So I don't know why the ANC is actually not even marketing that. And the thing is, though, the strategy I like about the ANC, if you see,
do you think because it's a George we are product, so they don't want to?
No, I think
was it a mistake by then dancing that or what?
No, I think because they came very hard on George Weah for dancing the buga, and so they're trying to backpedal. But I think if they have a brother like Jonathan out there, because I know he's forceful in articulating the point. The point here is that Alexander B. Cummings does not have the same responsibility that George Weah has. Alexander B. Cummings is now running the state of affairs of the nation. So even if there is rice shortage on the market, Alexander Cummings cannot do much about that compared to the president. So for the president to be dancing while there is hardship is quite different than Alexander Cummings, who is trying to be president, coming to a convention and dancing. Those are apples and oranges. I don't know why the ANC is running from that. But the very next day, if you can see what happened the very next day, you saw that Alexander Cummings was at the U.S. Senate complex negotiating. So on the one night he's dancing, the next night he's out of business, doing business. The CDC folks didn't have the same thing to show for George Weah. So I think the ANC people should take this video, they should run with it. As a matter of fact, they should make it a campaign video. That would actually, it is a good thing. I don't know why you're running away from it. I wish my guy could come here with making them buga. I really won't run away from it.
Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean,
all right, let's get to serious business here. There are social times in these people. They also entitled into their social time. But what can you say quickly here? We're going to be bringing someone here to quickly here. Just waiting here. How was that whole convention? The ANC, there are a lot of talking and back talking here. Some people say, well, the crowd the last time it was saying like that. What is the strategy here? It looked like the political strategy of ANC bringing the party within the West to solidify their political grip. This guy, the Gonglo, is on his way again. Boyka is coming. Nyombli Kanga, I don't know whether she's gone back. They're all here. What is the strategy here? Is it a money, or what is your party looking at trying to create a cover connections with the diasporan community to make them to feel if I'm president, I am with you guys. I will bring you on board. Is that a strategy or what?
Firstly, before Mr. Cummings could come for the convention and the fundraising, he had already been in Nimba and Grand Bassa County heavily, surrounded by Nimbayans and Bazodians. And what he's trying to do is to connect hearts and mind from both ends. America is not, or the diaspora is not just about catch, but they also have the human resource capacity to help our process in our country. What about ideas? What about taking on responsibility? What about bridging some gaps in our system? Everything they are resourceful of because they are in a system and they can contribute much. And if you have more Liberians thinking about how to participate in the process, it will give you a flavor, it will provide some education, some direction for what is happening at home. Then comes the issue of the fundraising aspect, which is very key to the ANC. Mobilization is key. That is really getting the human being. Messaging is key. That is to say, getting those message out to our people in whatever manner and form, vernacular, what have you. And also raising the resources, which is the last M. The money is very key to us. Those three M's are very, very strategic to us. And that is why people who attended that convention and previous convention were in a numbers. That hall is a giant hall. It was well filled. And people are anticipating again to be in California for the last fundraising, the end of the year fundraising, which will set the pace for 2023.
Okay. We were in a speculation yesterday. Everybody was wondering, who is he? Where will he be? Sisi was firing. Liberal on the other side was, as usual, in his conspiracy theory. He looked like an ANC. He looked like a Unity Party president. Or he might most likely be with Gonglo, which put smiles on the face of Sisi Goya. But here we are tonight. Will we put this speculation to rest? I am Alfonso Zienso. We'll be right back. Okay. In our quest to have a proportionate and professional conversations on the Liberia Public Radio, we are all out. The analysts, hosts, angle, we are all out to find the best out of the rest within our Liberian community. Against this backdrop, a legend is born, and he's not a strange guy in this business. Recently, with his academic excellence, we want to say congratulations. Dr. George Toto is here with us this evening, where he established his political identity. He's standing by in Pittsburgh. Let's join him right now as he's making his first appearance. Look, there was so much speculation yesterday as who you are, where will you be. I'm telling you. And I told them people, I said, I don't like to talk beyond people, but I want you to watch this little bit of interactions yesterday, and that will give you a sense the kind of people that you're going to be hanging away on this network here. Welcome on LPR. Let's have this little soundbite.
Smart. They're not that smart.
Yeah, I said so. I said, you know, the people, they're not that smart.
What is the definition of smart? You refer to
someone who have educated himself, truly educated himself, and highly educated, but then was not able to implement or put to practice what they have learned. That's smartness. And you know, the party got that in them.
So, but we will know. I'm quite sure we're going to be asking him. I mean, that's the tradition on this network.
If he comes out, he said, if he comes out, Unity Party, I will eat crow. You know me about that. If he comes back and say he's Unity Party, because he's too smart, he's very, very smart. So if he come back and say Unity Party, then I was okay, Unity Party is smart. Then I'll eat crow. But until that,
what could be the predictions of his talking point here with you always on the other side? You always try to be the guy alone that people are against. I don't know why you feel so like you are a hater guy for whatever reason. I don't know. So I'm not sure what are you guys going to be.
Because this is what I've discovered about Liberians. They are not liberal. These are conservatives. Meaning.
They are not liberal. They are conservatives. This is the speculation created in your absence, Dr. Toto. We say we are wholeheartedly welcomed. We are glad to have you here to tap into your expertise It's a pro bono work. You are strong community advocates, and that's part of the huge study. Yeah, you are right by it. Good evening, and we are humbled on behalf of our management staff of the Liberia Public Radio, the rest of the analysts. We are happy to have you here. Good evening and welcome, Dr. Toto.
Yeah, thank you, Alfonso. Let me just say greeting to my fellow colleagues in studios. I'm not stranger to some of you guys. Maybe the other new face I've been seeing of Janitor, but Janitor and I will meet you. Maybe outside the show we can see how best we can try to get to know one another much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So LPR is an open network. I worked with you in the past. When was that when you quizzed me now on the election commission?
Yeah, on the election commission. Sorry.
Yeah, so but we're gonna be the pro bono where I come in do here all more confirmation. So I don't know the person you are, and I thank you for all your community initiative. Let's do this. It's a tradition. How come LPR was picked? Yeah, tons of network all over the place here. Why the Liberia Public Radio? What was the driving force for which you want to be part of this network? If you were to ask you,
I mean, let me just say that we have ton of network, and everyone is extremely well out there, carry the message out there to the people. And if you look at some of the network, they have distinction, the way in which they portray themselves. I've been on some of the other network before, and I was just invited on another network a couple of weeks ago, and everybody do extremely well. But we have to connect with somewhere that we need to be connected with. We can just be jumping around the place, and that's why I choose LPR to be one of those credible network where we can come and discuss issues and looking at credibility also too. If you look at the historical information, LPR been one of the oldest diaspora network. I can recall some time ago when we used to do the telephone conversation, teleconference. So LPR came, I think before we got to LPR, there was another need. What's the previous name? Our first.
We talked two transitions before we got to this point. From Radio 2000 to Voice of GDA.
Yeah.
So we are narrowing, we are kind of narrowing our
So I
want
to recall.
To come, I want Janitor to come. Let's make it like Liberia Public Radio.
Yeah, so LPR I've been down the line before, and the owners the terrain. We talk about terrain management, and those are things we'll be discussing. We'll discussing real politics on the show here also.
Okay, we just talked.
Let me the main oh yeah, which way you leaning? Sorry, doctor.
You're weird now. Like, who says it? I told you this are the guy. This is what and you know what? You know God does the best thing. The liberal computer is freaking him out tonight. He will stay out of the conversation because
washing yourself.
Okay, so guys, and then sort of welcome statement to Dr. Toto for being part of us before we can get rolling.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last night, though, I've known Dr. Toto for a long time. We've crossed paths so many times in EULA and Bonka and the association and everywhere else. So he's a brother, and we've crossed paths in so many other places. So welcome on board, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Janitor?
Yes, Dr. Toto, this is my first time interacting with you. It is quite wonderful. And I say welcome to this platform. Let's join efforts, whatever manner, means, forms that will be positive to impacting our nation. And I say welcome again.
Thank you, Janitor.
Okay, just how here the care can eat your own baby here, Dr. Toto. Yeah. So, but again, we are very, very much deeply humbled of you being here. The $1 million question here, and if you want to plead the fifth to be like Michael Flynn and the other guys, you're most welcome to do that. But we all well like to keep our audience in the loop to make sure where we are. The $1 million question is you see Jonathan, he's scratching his head because he knows it's all the guys say Jenna. Dr. Toto, where does he stand in this thing here? This guy hang up with He's involved. Yula people are ANC. I'm not ANC. They are Unity Party. They are this, that. The guy, that's a brand name. He must be somewhere. So, do you care to tell us or establish your political identity in terms of what is unfolding in Liberia? Are you affiliate, sympathizer, supporter of any of these political parties for full disclosure purposes?
But yeah, first of all, I don't think when it comes to somebody political interest, especially if you want to be a face of a network, I think it's good to know where you are, so people can look at you where you tend to live, where you kind of make it a critical decision. You know, for me, I'm not very attached to any political organization, but I'm supporting individual. You know, and before I try to change my whole political alliance, I used to be an LPP guy.
LPP.
LPP, I am a neo-progressive.
Oh my goodness.
So
Ooh.
when it come to American politics, I find myself as a moderate conservative.
Oh, sounds
When I find myself in Liberian politics, I consider myself a neo-progressive.
You're progressive.
So having said that,
Mhm.
where do I stand right now when it comes to all the political dynamic or I call it middle drama that's happening in Liberia? I have tend to go to what I think what Gomlo side.
Oh.
And just for information sake, before something up, and also we've been working behind the scene for law, I am one of the board members of the team of Tewo Gomlo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
To Ace. Oh, he texted me as you come on. Computer proclaimed that onto that.
So yeah. So I am a neo progressive. And I support the presidency of Tewo Gomlo.
Ooh. Okay.
See now, na 2-2 the equal no party. ANC 2, Tewo Gomlo 2.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Oh, you wasn't here yesterday. Something to my phone is going. It's literally. I think I'm going to switch this phone off here. That's why he's saying. I told you yesterday that guy is like he look like a gonglo guy. He too smart, so he will go with gonglo. I don't see him look like a. So here we are here, and this is thank you so much, Doc, because we want to create like sort of open conversation here, so that people we don't want to be hanging like a bad. So it's been put to arrest. Dr. Toto, he supports the candidacy of Tiawong Gonglo.
Yeah, speaking to me. I didn't get the question. I didn't hear that you support the candidacy of Councillor Gonglo.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Right now, Cece is celebrating for whatever reason. He's the happiest guy on earth. He's celebrating. As Samson told is going crazy. I'm telling you.
No, I mean, the good thing about it is that he supports the opposition direction, which is important for us. It takes everything away from the Rudy establishment. I mean, that is our focus point against the Rudy establishment that's stealing the people's census money, stealing the red subsidy, not dragging the pot, and creating hardship for our people. So every arsenal is pointed at the ruling establishment. All we are doing as opposition opponents to one another is that we are assessing one another chances of leading the country, especially between Councillor Gonglo and Mr. Cummings. They are two reputable sons who Liberians can vouch for. And so we are seeing the option between the two of them. That is all that we are doing. And following their development, their agenda, their decision taking as we move to elections. But they are two exceptional sons, so I have no issue with his supporting Councillor Gonglo.
Okay, Sissy, I'm going to be coming to you.
But I'm waiting to see the CDC person come here so that we have.
I keep saying,
We
that's
reach
my
out to
target.
CDC, and very soon they're going to be having somebody here as well. We want to. I don't know whether Unity Party, but I've tried and tried. Sissy, I'm going to be coming to you because I think right now you are putting ice on Hennessy or Hennessy on ice. It's going to be vice versa here. But let me go to Dr. Toto here. Dr. Toto, I listened to your political trails, who you are from Liberia and on this end here. Was there any conversation held between you and Councillor Gonglo before taking such a political decision?
Yeah, the councillor myself been having good conversation, even long time, even before you could make the decision to come up to contest the election. We have been chasing him, you know, even in the last election or during Madam Ellington. We've been having an engagement with him. Even when the councillor visited the U.S. some time ago, we had a conversation. He called me. We talked and we put down some things that we need to work on to make him to be successful. In his dream. So we have that communication, and I've been doing the councillor before for a while. In fact, I hosted him in Pittsburgh before, and we'll have. And not just only by hosting, but looking at the type of what he brings when it comes to the change that we need in Liberia. I think he have that quality. He can make a big difference, or a huge difference when it comes to making the necessary political changes in Liberia. So I have that personal relationship with the councillor.
Oh Lord, this guy computer turned on anyhow. My goodness, what is? I don't see. If I don't even want to bring it on, I can't bring it on, right?
I went to Best Buy and brought a Geek Squad. Just
the liberal progressive.
The liberal progressive.
Oh,
the liberal progressive. We had it's a big brother, and we've been having good conversation before. I'm happy to be part of his network.
Oh.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Well.
Welcome.
Be well. Let me just tell you now, and I'm going to say it right in his face. He managed to stigmatize politically Jeniton. He did the same with Sisse Goyo. He did it with Professor Ase Labo Zawlo. So don't be surprised.
But why am I seeing Sisse smiling and Jeniton's not smiling? Doctor, which side you on? The way that I see the two gentlemen.
But you lit.
Yeah, well, I can see.
They say Apple can blow home, but you can stay from the
face. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, okay.
Break the news to you.
Well, the progressive, Dr. Progressive, thank you for joining us. I think you're on the wrong side. Wrong side. That's the wrong side. No, the right side. If you are with Gonglo, Team Gonglo, then I think you guys will do well. If you are with, I would prefer, as smart as you are and as intellectually engaged person you are, I will hope you come to the good Dr. Bakai.
Wait, I thought if Papa last night said smart people don't go to Unity Party.
I changed my mind. That's what I do. I don't stick on one thing. Why you gotta remind everybody? Last night passed. We eat today. Then you pretty much. Okay. So I changed. But anyway, Doc, congratulations, and we're very proud of you, as young man as you are, to be able to achieve what you have achieved. I also want to say congratulations and thank you for all of us, not just as member of Lpr family, but for all of us as Liberians. So if I go anywhere, doctor, of course I do. I do. That's something we'll be very proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Sisse. Here we are. We were in speculation, pondering who is he, where will he be, where his political stance, blah blah blah, is unleashed here tonight. What it means to you?
Well, I told you last night I didn't have the authority to break the news. That's why I waited. But if you listen to what Dr. Toto said, him and I work on the political action committee for the election of
Yeah.
Councilor Tolo. We are both on the board of directors of that political action committee. So I knew where he stood. I just felt like it was not my place to break the news. So I'm excited. I'm elated to have, but like Jonathan said, seriously, regardless of whether we support Gonglo or Komis, I think the fact that we get people that can come and talk about the way forward for our country and these people from this nightmare that we have, from this political experiment that we have. I think it's a good thing, and you find me sometimes telling you the good things that Cummins does, and but I still believe in my guy Alexander Cummins. So I mean, Tiawan Gonglo. So I think this is going to be a good conversation, and I'm here. I know the powers that Dr. Toto brings. I've worked with him. I've campaigned with him and campaigned against him, and on EULA, and we've had those. But I understand where he comes from, and he brings some power. So we'll be willing to have conversations here. And again, I am really hoping that we get a CDC to come on here, because this is not fair to them. I want to see if let CDC send us one of their brains, and we can sit down and have this conversation, and then hopefully we'll be talking behind their backs. So we're hoping. I hope maybe they're in the lab somewhere creating that person, but we're waiting.
No, I mean, in conversation, the CDC chairperson, they are working on that, and very shortly, as soon we get that confirmation, we will get it going. So, so our understanding that Councilor, you broke the news yesterday, Councilor Gonglo is he going to be coming again, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the councilor is coming. He'll be in Minnesota, I think, the weekend of the 26th.
So, Dr. Toto, if you will, your support to Councilor Gonglo, is your status of limitation in terms of will the support be limited in the diaspora, or will we at some point in time see you voted in Liberia? You from a very strategic voting bloc as well. Would that be it?
No, we don't. We have no limitation to our support. In fact, I plan to trip to Liberia pretty soon. I'm hoping that will be the councilor in Liberia, where we'll have some engagement and see how best we can take that to the county, Bon County, where I come from. And I just Bon County, my hometown, Totota, So we have some things lined up already. We're good friends for the councilor. But one good thing, like this is a public open environment. So I would not come here sometimes to put everything also. so just so you know that.
Well, we were asked if you tell us.
You ask a question. We'll try our best to provide answers. To that.
Okay. All right. As you note, with this program, it's in two segments here, and the analysts you're going to stay before I bring our other group that are standing by. That's the University of Liberia. They are making a massive preparations in Delaware. They're going to be here. But before I go, you going inside your own town, Totota. I'm looking beyond that language. Is there any other thing besides the support to Councilor Gonglo? Is there anything in it for Dr. Toto?
No, we are either not to gain any popularity. We want a better change in Liberia, and that's our quest.
Okay.
So let me ask Dr. LPP. Let me ask Dr. LPP here. Dr. LPP, the question to you is, you said when Mr. So asked you, is there something in it for you? You said no, but you want fundamental change. Can the fundamental change happen on Cummins or Ambassador Bakai? Can the fundamental change that you're seeking, can it happen without your involvement?
No, let me say, the Liberal, Jonathan, they fairly, we are all the opposition bloc. We want the best for Liberia. I think that should be our focus. Whatever the outcome is the one that we should be focused on. When it comes to those various changes, I think A frontal question is mostly like a personal question. What are you getting out of it?
He just included into my question.
That's why
You think
that's
he knows
why
where I was going.
that's
the
why you
real
try to
problem.
focus on.
Okay,
But if you can't be
let's-
personally, no,
Okay, so let's leave it here. Our second guest here, we get a lot to deal with. There are a lot of answer question by Dr. Toto. Our guest here, that's the organizer of the University of Liberia. Stay tuned. We are going to have this conversation. Okay, this is LPR Specials. Let's bring our second guest. They are making massive preparation in the city of Delaware. New York. Our understanding that the University of Liberia will be having their convention. Massive preparation is in the making. The chair, the organizer of the committee is here with the vice chair. They are joining us from, I'm not sure whether they are around Joe Biden or where they are right now. They will choose to tell us exactly where they are, but they are within the city where the vice president, now president of the United States, from is the chair lady that you see her, Linda, chair lady Linda. And I believe the co-chair, they are standing right there. They're going to be having you with her here. Okay, guys, good to have you here. Welcome. This is the first time on the Liberia Public Radio, and the rest of the analysts, they are all here. The Liberal Progressive is based in California. Jonathan Duclet is also California. Cecil Boyer is our senior contributor based in Minnesota, and Dr. George Toto is there in Pittsburgh. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's hear the story. Tell us the story. We are hearing that massive preparation is in the making for this year coronation or convention of the University of Liberia. Is that one of the annual conventions?
Yes, that would be right.
Okay. So let's take her inside the preparation convention. What it means? What is convention? Or what it means? What's the purpose of that?
So usually what we do is we meet every year. Let's subtract COVID. The last 2 years we did not meet. However, we did have a Zoom meeting, and it was very successful. So every year we pull all the University of Liberia alumni and supporters, teachers together in one gathering to raise funds and also to meet and greet. We come together to support the University of Liberia in whatever way we can raise money to do so.
Vice Chair, you want to add it? Are you hearing me?
Say that again.
Asking the Vice Chair whether he wants to add on to what you say.
Oh, well, she has said it. Just we are the members of this chapter. We are the organizing committee for Convention 2022, and we are gathering here in New Piazza, Delaware, the weekend of October 28th for our annual convention.
Okay, so what's the raise fund? Fund, always we hear in raise fund. What exactly is this association here? And my team of analysts, they're going to come in as well. If they have questions, they're going to be coming in here. What do you guys do with respect to your alma mater? That's the University of Liberia. What are some of the engagement we take you raising money and all of that? Is the university, the alumni, is the presence of the alumni is being felt on ground there with respect to what you're doing, or you raise it is still right here?
So to answer your question, yes, we are in collaboration with the Alumni Association on the ground. We are also in collaboration with the Alumni Association in other countries. So in 2019, I was one of those who were only dedicated to go to Liberia for the 100th celebration of the University of Liberia program. While we were there, we also able to break ground on the Fendale campus to construct a building, a multi-purpose building, and that building will entail gymnasium. It will entail bookstore, um, offices for some of our leaders and the Alumni Association. It will also have a area where uh, that would host at least 10,000 people because during the the graduation ceremonies, the people have to build a whole structure in order for them to perform ceremonies because there's so many people attending LU. So what the intent is for them to begin to use this building to enable them to have these functions easily. But to go back over the years, what we have done is we have offered scholarships to people, and we have currently we also have scholarship in the conference to present, but then now we cannot use it because uh, the president was able to provide that to the University of Liberia students. So that money is still sitting there. But what we have done prior to that is, in collaboration with the Alumni Association on the ground, we were able to provide the all the sports gear, all the uniform for the sport gear for all the sports activity on campus. We were able to buy them the band set that they use at that graduation ceremony on when we went for that graduation, which with the uniforms. Um, so we are in collaboration with all the alumni on the ground and the University of Liberia staff.
Gentlemen, don't hesitate. Sit, Dr. Toto, the
Yeah,
liberal.
I'll be the first here. The liberal is here. Good evening, madam, and good evening, sir. Thank you guys very much for the kinds of work you do for our people. We appreciate it. Those of us who consider ourselves LU flunky, because I never even played foot on LU campus. It was too high for me, even though I pretended to be LU student at the time, but it was just too high for me. I flunked out of BWI, and that was the end of my school business in Liberia. After graduating high school, I immediately ran away from there because I was not an LU material. Let me put it that way. But I have two questions here, and I'm not sure if you guys want you know, she'll answer. But if you want to, that's fine. If not, we can just move on. The first one is, you guys been member of LU student, former students, and what have you. And this question is going to be ridiculous, and that's what I do, and I do it best. And that is, over the years, all these years, we have LU students get into government and start stealing like nothing else. Does that kinds of stuff bother you guys when you get together as a group? Because many of these people that you have these kinds of accusation of stealing, former student of LU, I don't know whether you guys know these people, but many of these people are unethical. And yeah, you are. Right now, all of you that are in this organization, ethically way above everything else. If somebody put a dime somewhere, you're not going to take it because that's in your character. But you have these. Is it a group of people that go to LU and for different character, and then the other people have a different classroom in those places where they teach people how to steal, and then they teach the other people how to be morally outright. That's the first question.
Thank you for that question, but I would say this: we are not interested in politics. We are interested in raising money for the University of Liberia to see the betterment of the university. So I would defer that question if I may.
That's fine. One last question. One last question. Another ridiculous one. And then I mean, I like the way you answer it, and I appreciate it. But you have young Liberians now going to LU, a school that's supposed to be able to put out leaders. And what do you have? You have Sao all day on campus. And quite recently, sad thing happened that some of the students were massively flogged based on protesting or whatever they said they were doing, which I appreciate. They're fighting for our people. That's fine. But my point is, these young people, And many of them, and then going back to the same question again, you have these people that come in and try to utilize the school political, whatever they call themselves, try to utilize that service to take the leadership of student unification party or whatever. And once they become leader, they now the first thing they want to do is to go to jail. And then after jail, now that becomes a crown of something that they're now hoping to get job or what have you. So the question then is, are you guys bothered by having these young university students that are so much involved in these kinds of activities? Does it bother you guys when you go to your meetings? Are you kinds of discussion happening in your meetings?
Well, I would say we're not the issue of being bothered by what they do. The issue here is we would like to support them in what they do constructively. We would like to have them engage the administration in an event. There's something that needs to be discussed and settled, but not to be involved in anything violent or anything not constructive enough for university purposes. So we advise hereafter that if any of the students feel disenchanted or the feel that they need to get to management and to administration, that they do so in an amicable way. We do encourage people to be involved in the things you described.
Thank you.
So before you come in here, more or less, I know, hopefully at some point in time we have the university authority and they will speak on because some of those issues more or less they are political. But I want us to direct our sense of their event that is on hand, that is coming. You know what their own session about it in terms of the Sussex and how much they are talking about raising. I'm hearing talking about construction and all of that. How much of that? I just want us to move within that confines. Yeah, go ahead, Janitor.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to the leadership. I mean, anything that has to do with contributing to the human resource of our nation must be applauded, must be appreciated, and we appreciate so highly. And we hope that you will have those donors and those supporters from the alumni, from different segments that will keep contributing to our university in order to make it viable. But I also like to say that the essence of the contribution you guys are making is meant to uplift the mental capacity of our brothers and sisters in Liberia to create the space and the environment meant to have such education. Anything on the contrary, I may not know what their policy is, but anything that will break down such development, I'm of the strongest belief that it should warrant your attention. The catch is important, but the resourceful advice needed to have our country, our university propelled in a positive direction is parallelly important as the catch. And so I would think that, take for example, the whipping of a Liberian student in person of Christopher or Walter Sisilu Selive, by thoughts, I mean, against your aspiration of raising funds for students to get educated. I think those kind of things warrant concern, warrant press statement, warrant condemnation, and providing a better direction. That is what I would just want to encourage you. And I don't think by providing such direction will be any kind of political, in as much as it's meant to enhance the cordial working relationship of your institution to that of national government. Because you are filling gap of government. You are filling gap of old parents who are managing to send their children to school. So that's just my 1 or 2 cents today.
Okay, sister.
So to address that, I just want to be clear. We are only the convention chair and co-chair. So we are not the president or the vice president of this organization. I think this forum will eventually be interviewing the president of our organization or
Yeah.
the members who are in authority. We are not. We are only hosting a convention in Delaware, and we're hoping to publicize that and encourage people to attend. And we're also encouraging all alumni of the University of Liberia, all those that attended, all supporters, all instructors, all people who have friends of the university to be part, so we can be able to have a successful convention and raise money to support the cause for which we have embarked on. Basically, that's what we are.
Yeah, I
Not,
think it is good. Let's get to baseline. The purpose here, when we have maybe the university leadership or the president, perhaps of the University of Liberia, man, then all of those hard, solid bone questions can come about. Sisse, you want to come in?
Yeah. First of all, good evening.
Good evening.
I want to say thank you. I didn't go to LU. I graduated high school at the peak during the wars, and by that time LU was not so great. But I want to say to you that this is a good and noble undertaking. I My university I graduated from here in the United States with undergrad, I still send dues for my alumni association. When I can't make it to go to homecoming, they stay pester me to send money for what I would have used for transportation to homecoming, and we do that in these United States. And so I am proud that you're doing that. I've been one of those people out here calling out people who graduate from universities in Liberia and high schools in Liberia and complain about the ruins of those schools without contributing a penny. I think that is mean. I think that is selfish. I think that is un-Liberian. And so I'm in awe for you folks doing that. We have university, and for people to always think that it is the job of the government to do everything in a university is absurd. Even here in public universities, you got people who establish endowments who are former who are graduates of those universities. They build buildings, and buildings are named after them. They build laboratories, and those labs are named after them. They build golf courses and gymnasiums and all those stuff to help, because they understand that it will be difficult for even the government alone to do it. Even the private universities have those endowments. So I wanted to put it out here that I really appreciate you for what you're doing for the country. But I have a question, and if you can't answer it, that's fine. But I am happy. I think this is something that all Liberians should put their hands around. Whether or not you went to the University of Liberia, you should contribute, because the University of Liberia is the flag-bearing university, premium university in the republic, and at one point in time was the most advanced university in West Africa. And so it is a shame on us all Liberians if we sit and allow our university to go to ruins. And so whether you went to LU or not, that should not be an excuse. You should give to discuss. There can be a point where we cannot politicize everything. And the education of our people should never be politicized, because there are seditionists that go to LU. There are Unity Party people that go to LU. There are ANC people. There are LPP people that go to LU. And LU, I don't think rejects anybody based on their political affiliation. So I wanted to just put that out there. Having
Thank you.
said that, can you talk to us about what projects are you trying to raise the money for? Because most times you want people to give you money. They want to find out what projects have you earmarked. What do you think is really important and that you're raising the money for, and why? What is the need? And then the next part of that, if you want to leave that for the political people when they come, that's fine. But what is the extent of your partnership or collaboration with the university? Is it just that they're only using you? Is the partnership only for you raising money and helping, or is there also a partnership where you hold them accountable for not for political issues, but for, say, the academic levels? If they drop, for you to hold them accountable and say, "Yo, you got to raise the bar here, man. Things are not happening the way we expect it to happen." But thank you. I will mute myself and wait for you to answer those.
okay, thank you for that question. To address your last question, that's something we're working towards. So it's something we're trying to look into to see how we can collaborate with the staff there at the university. So we do have very good relationship, but we haven't gotten there yet. So we are getting there gradually. Uh, to answer your other question, the goal, like I said before, we have broken a multi-purpose building there on Fender campus. We broke ground when I was there in 2019, along with the former president, Mr. Melvin Howard, and we're looking to start that construction soon. We have raised some money already that we have in our coffers that's very protected right now. What we want to do is to add on to that money so we can go and begin to start that building so that the university can have an opportunity to have a place to go to. So it is our understanding that when students are out there waiting for the next classes, they do not have nowhere to sit. So I don't know whether you've been to LU. You say you never went to LU, but people who went to LU, they have 404, they have no places where they sit under the Palawa Hall. What we're trying to do is to improve that. We want to have a place where the student can go and sit down in the library and wait for the next class and not stand outside under the sun and not stand outside under the rain, stuff like that. So they will have a place where they can go and buy the university gear, the t-shirt, the pens, the pencils, and stuff like that. Like you said, we want to equate it at least to what we have here to some extent. So that is the goal. So I'm encouraging all of you to support us. And if you didn't go to the university, if you send me a little check, I'll be very happy for that, so we can.
You say cash out, Zelle? We
got Zelle. We got Zelle.
Okay. So, all right.
It goes straight to the university's account, the alumni account.
Let me just add to
what's the okay, sorry.
Just add to Linda, what Linda was saying. Also, we get involved with quick impact projects to help alleviate some of the problems that the students face on campus. For example, getting some chairs and some desks and getting some good blackboards or whiteboard, wherever we can get to them. Those kinds of things. Quick impact, having the building painted, things like those. And so besides just raising the money for the multi-purpose building, we're also involved with quick impact projects as well.
So what's the cash app number? What's the Zelle number? You want people to send you money. I would think that's what you end with. Here's the number to send it to. Here's the Zelle number.
I definitely got that number. Let me get it for you real quick.
So is it on the flyer?
Yes, on the flyer. It should be on the flyer.
No, it's not.
Let me see here.
No, it's not on the
Let
flyer.
me see here.
I'll give it to you 1 second.
Okay, just read it out and then I can put it here. There are some good folks here. Who knows?
Yeah, we want everybody to kind of chime in and support the cause because it is a good cause. So the number is 443 597 9973.
Okay. Is there any name on it there that we can attach to it, or
that would be the dollar sign ULIBAAA USA.
USA. Okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna put it on here.
That, and the power funds, whatever funds you donate, goes straight to the account. It doesn't go to anybody else's account. Straight to the University Library account, and it's kept restricted funds for our projects.
Okay. So, all right, Dr. Toto, do you have anything?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me to the chair Lily and also the chair bear. I don't know if I can consider myself a student of LU, but I know that I get admission in LU 1996, but then I further my admission that I left Liberia. So I don't know if I consider myself a student. but you guys you guys are doing a good job. The other concern I have, I don't know how well you guys working with the faculty in terms of helping to compensate then in terms of salary and other things with the Alumni Association, the biggest or our premier university, LU. I happened to listen to one of the professors on TMI show some time ago. I think he one of the professors in the graduate program. And you were talking about how he made about $700 a month. For me, that was very discouraging. Especially to see a professor that in academia talking about earning $700 a month. So I don't know if the Alumni Association is working with the faculty, to see how you guys can provide some compensation, to help to uplift. Maybe the university don't have enough money to pay all the staff the way they're supposed to pay them. But if the Alumni Association can help to raise some funds, obviously to help to compensate, I think that'll be something good that you guys can look at.
Thank you for that question. And I will say this again. We do not get involved into that at this point. The president or the vice president of this organization may be able to address that. And I think they will be on your show one day soon. But today we are only trying to promote the convention that's coming up because due to COVID, we're not able to do much. So this is the convention after COVID, and we're trying to publicize it and encourage everybody to be a part and donate and come up and support the cause. Also, we want to be able to meet and greet. We want to be able to meet people that we didn't meet.
And then also, what is the convention fee for this year? And how many people you guys are expecting to attend the year convention?
So right now we have a $150 package fee. That fee you are entitled to have the be part of the program for the 3 days. The meet and greet, the plenary section, the and the board that evening and the farewell. So once you pay your $150, you can be able to enter for all those 3 days. So we also have a $50 for single. We have $100 for patron and $500 for sponsors. We also have a program where you can also advertise. So if you did want to advertise your business or you want to send a special message to your family, we're also open to that. You can also use that same phone number that we offer earlier, the 443-597-9973 number. And what you would do, you would send that in and just put a script under there. It is for ad. And then you will email the ad for what you want to send so we can have it in our program. So if you want to support it, that's another good way to support the program. If not, you will just donate whatever you can donate to the program.
Okay, so let me come in a little bit here, and emphasis will be directed to the planned event here. So, hearing what I'm hearing, project back home, my guess here were both short-term and long-term goal in this whole thing here. How much do you anticipate to raise in this coming convention? There will be some members who will not attend, obviously, for multiple reasons, family, job. What is the plan for those that will not come? Hey, I know you might not come, but yet and still you have to send your contribution because you're going to have a less cost, no plane, no rental car, no hotel. So, they got to do. Is there any plan? Maybe there are folks listening out there say, well, anyway, because of my job schedule, family reason, I'm not going, but this is what I know. Is there any provision for that?
Definitely. If you cannot attend because of whatever reason, be it family reason or be it you cannot get your job, whatever case may be, we will urge you to still patronize your alumni association by paying the package fee, $150. And that will add up to all our plans to raise at least $100,000 this year. That's our goal. Hopefully, if that can be realized, that will go a far way in between some of our short-term and long-term goals.
Now, the both of you now are the face of this whole entire function that is coming. Let's put to a rest here in terms of transparency and accountability. This is one of the things that has been a problem and that is holding back some of us and other people who are free thinker. You give money and no proper accountability. And there are a lot of people who wants to give, but at the end of the day, you have tons of excuses. In fact, this is a pro bono work. I made a report anytime I want to make a report. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Put it to rest here this evening. Usually after convention, how long it takes? I don't know whether it's your first time chairing the committee or maybe you're working with other committees. how long it takes to have a comprehensive report, especially when it comes to finances. Most of our institutions are fragmented because of lack of accountability.
So to answer your question, thank you for that question. Both the co-chair and I were also both members in the last term when before this last election. So usually we're really on top of this. We have, like we said, this account, it goes straight to the University of Liberia Alumni Association account. So all money is channeled straight to this one account. And our financial team is a very powerful team. They have the capacity to be able to give us a report within a month.
In a month. Okay. A comprehensive report.
Comprehensive,
Comprehensive
comprehensive,
report, yes.
comprehensive, detailed, comprehensive.
The project you're talking about, somebody might be listening out there who knows somebody might have won a Powerball or something like, oh, wait, I need to give some money back here. This is, I'm hearing something about my country or I'm hearing something. These are people, what they're going to, what is the estimated cost of that project, if you were to tell us?
Um, so far, based on the architectural drawings and the plans for the building, we are looking at least $500 million in terms of cost of the building. We hope for that in the next couple of years we can raise enough money to start the foundation. But we are looking at least $500 million for the cost, $500,000.
Okay, that's a huge money there, but I'm not saying it can't happen. It can happen.
Sorry, $500,000.
Half a million. Oh, okay. So, do you have a specific number in terms of active members of the Alumni Association that you can count on to say, okay, this is the amount that we are trying to raise. This is the cost we're going to do this. For this reason, we who want it to have it done, we got to put our feet down to get it done. And perhaps the chair lady, I'll be giving $1,000. Vice chair, I want to be giving $1,000, and maybe proportionally divided across a year to do that and see how much you come out. Is that something you're doing, or is it convention proceed that we are talking about to have this structure we are talking about? How is it being done? Is there any other fundraiser outside of convention?
Thank you for that question. Yes, we do have a fundraising committee that is responsible to raise funds outside of convention. So the fundraising committee come up with different, plans as to how to raise more funds. So I think just before COVID, we're about to launch $100 per alumni, and then COVID came, so it went down. So we haven't really picked it up yet. But there are a lot of things that the convention, the fundraising committee, have been working on to make sure they can raise some of this money for this multi-purpose building, and also for other quick impact projects. What also have happened in the past, we have had some of our members will donate computers, microscope, which were they able to get from some of the schools here in America that were able to send back home. I think the New England chapter has also raised some money, and they were able to get hand sanitizers, toiletries, and a couple of stuff to be able to ship back home as well. So a lot of things going on in the background, but we do have a, a, a committee that is fully responsible to raise funds for this project. And just for us, we're only hosting the convention this year.
Right.
That's it. Every year it goes to another state. So this year we're hosting the convention. And next year it may go somewhere else because we're also having election next year.
Is it a standardized committee or just an ad hoc after every event there's a committee, or you have a standing committee to execute this sort of function no matter where you stay, whatever state you find yourself, or how does it work?
Yeah, we do have committees set up as what we call standardized committees. Committees like now the fundraising committee is a standing committee. We also have ad hoc committees. Like our committee is ad hoc committee. After this convention, this committee is dissolved. We do have standing committees like and the planning committee, the fundraising committee, the membership committee, the project committee, the scholarship committee, they are all standing committees.
Headed by the executive committee, correct?
Yeah, they're all here by chairperson.
Chairperson. That's quite interesting. How much, Madam Chair, how much you anticipating to raise into here? What is the preparation? What is your own anticipation here? I know with the COVID and everybody nowadays scratching their head, the right situation in the country, people get family to deal with. It's a challenge, correct?
Yes, it is. I agree, which is the reason why we kind of like lower the prices for the entrance for ordinary people and for the patrons and whatnot. Because somebody was just asking me the other day how a patron would just pay $100. I like because it's after COVID and a lot of people kind of kind of stuff with money issues. So at this point, we are looking to raise. Uh, I don't want to say.
Okay, well, say it. You never know. Somebody could cut a check.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You never
look,
know.
I'm open to that. I'm very much open to that. If I can raise up to $100,000 at this convention, I would be very grateful for that. So I'm open to that. I like to raise money. I like to see people paying for and helping other people, and this is my interest. I'm highly up to the challenge, helping the University of Liberia, because I'll say this, the University of Liberia is our oldest university. The University of Liberia have put out a lot of people, too many people, that if we sat here and even collected $1 each, we should be able to raise a lot of money. So I hope this program will be able to send that message out to people who haven't heard of the organization or who haven't heard that there is an organization and there is a project waiting to help the University of Liberia to educate more and more of our boys and girls who do not have the means to go to school.
And let me just add to that too. All of this, all getting was giving back. We have been privileged to be here in these United States. I think it's about time that we look back and help those who are not fortunate as we are. And so all of this is getting was giving back to our alma mater.
So let me ask you a question on that line. Have you looked into organizations making contributions? You have ULA, for example, and I imagine a lot of your members will belong to county organizations that they can ask their national county organizations to contribute on an organizational level. Have you looked into that? Because I imagine that would be a way to get more money. And I know you're charging $150 for patrons, but I know county organizations and Liberian organizations like ULA and the rest might be able to give a little bit more than $150.
Well, yes, thanks for that question. It's a very good question. Yes, we trying to mobilize all of our sister organizations, county organizations, national organizations in this endeavor. The national administration is looking at how best they can get engaged those units, the kind of associations that's giving back to area as well. But we're all from Liberia. We all serve the same purpose basically. So we're looking at in those various areas of how best we can, work with them and getting us some money to help our people in Liberia as well.
Convention is Dr. Toto, you want to come in?
I just want to just get some clarity, especially if you look at our diaspora community, our organization, we always have some internal fight going on. You see people on the left and people on the right, people not really working together for the improvement of the organization or the community. Are you guys having any kind of internal fight going on within the alumni organization, or everything bread and butter?
You can't get bread and butter.
Thank you for that question. I don't know any organization that has bread and butter, but but one thing is clear. Our goal is clear: is to help the University of Liberia to have, the things that we can afford. The whatever we embark on, we're trying to make sure we raise that money to help the university. Like my coach has said, we want to give back. And giving back means setting up the goals to achieve these projects so we can be able to succeed. So, I mean, there will be some issue knowing our Liberian setting. A lot of people do have issues with everything and anything anybody else says, but we have been able to successfully run the organization in the last couple of years with not big of a division. And can I also clarify that the dollar sign is ULIB triple A,
Oh,
not
trip.
double A.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Let me. Yeah, they made some people were not saying already. Oh, we try sending this.
While Mr. So is
Yeah,
going,
and I want all that money to come through, you know?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me just
Thank
okay.
you.
Dollar sign U, right?
Yes. ULIB
IB triple A.
triple A.
ULIB triple A. Okay.
That's right.
USA, yeah.
Oh, USA.
I have a question. This program that you guys going to be having, is there any souvenir people should be expecting to get something to take back home or any other kind of thing that will be for sale and what have you?
Yes, we do. We do have T-shirts, but that T-shirt, those T-shirts will also go along with that $150 package. So if you pay $150, it will include that T-shirt. It will include the souvenir program as well. Um, and my coach here is just going to go grab the T-shirt so you can be able to see it live.
Someone on chair.
Uh,
What is it? Is it too late? I think I good question the labor. This one is not a ridiculous one here, but this one is a good one. So yeah. So one, is it too late? Maybe someone out there say, okay, maybe I can to do like $50, $40 or so to break it down. Ordinary person who is not, but another way to uh, show support to your initiative. Is that something somebody can do as well? Even though this person say I'm not from there, but you know what I'm hearing is what at least I can afford $50. Can I get a T-shirt? I can pay this. Is that something that the committee can consider doing instead of just package the whole package?
so, well, we do have $50 for you to enter the board that night. But if you did want to buy a T-shirt, we open to that. We can accept any money. We'll price the T-shirt for you once you call with that question. But for right now, we just have the T-shirts included in a package for the $150. So that's a
Is
good,
the
thank you. You see, you're a good salesman. What we're gonna do is to think about that.
Okay.
is the LU choir? I believe they have a choir group. Are they member of your organization?
Most of them are.
Beautiful choir. I mean they really do some numbers. To be honest with you,
You
very.
want to require?
Are they member of your organization? Did you say?
Most of them are. But I would say this: everybody that went to the university can be part of this organization. But there are people who are active and there are people who are not. So we're still trying to recruit more active members. And I'm sure having us on this program tonight with the kind of audience you have, I'm definitely sure some people who never heard that there was an organization called the University of Liberia Alumni Association in Americas would definitely be reaching out and understand that there is one. So we're still recruiting. So if you can help us spread the word, we will be very grateful for that.
But that'll be a good thing for us to do. But
So say,
we would just like for you guys to bring
Madam
in
Chair,
leaders, and
Then
then
my sister will put me in trouble in the country here.
Madam Chair, you see, they're putting some people on spotlight here, and we don't have anything here. Sister Goyle will pay $150 because his sister is the VP.
This is my sister. I
Woo!
don't every time to contribute to UL, every time I have UL things here, I was hoping she was not going to watch this show. Now I got a problem to pay $150 somewhere.
That's right. Well, I've been waiting for that money. I've been waiting for that receipt. So the financial team can send it to me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ulibaaa, for that contribution. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Hopefully, besides this, I think we should try to. Marvin, Datu, how is my former? We all went to the same school to taught me how just pass through you and come here. But I hope this will not be a large shot because information sharing is very much important, because sometimes people just guess and say, oh yeah, the people know. No, you have to explain. Our country, Liberian, you gotta talk until your jaw, then all get tired before people can get. And part of that is because people past experiences and all of that. Are we expecting some guests, people coming from inside Liberia to energize this whole thing here? I know it might sound a little bit out there, but do you expect some folks coming from Liberia to embrace the convention?
Well, it is my understanding that the president of the university will be here, but I have not confirmed that yet. But it is hopeful that he will be present.
Hotels.
Can I correct that? What you wrote again, I think it's still not right.
Which one?
We have put it also in the chat room. We have made a correction in the chat room, so you could.
Can you text with it? Oh, is that the same as the one that on the flyer, with the dollar sign?
No, it's $ U. The University of Liberia, ULIB.
Well, let me take it from there, because
just put a U in front of the LIB.
Yeah.
ULIB.
Oh, you okay? You.
Yeah, all the other money was sending to me. I see why money just coming to my
ULIB AAA USA, right?
Yeah, $ with a $.
Yeah,
ULIB AAA.
Okay, all right. Sister, my man, the sister say you send your 150. You need to send out 150 before we get.
Every time they're having things here, LU, and I didn't even go to LU, and they always have making me for LU for money for LU.
No, my man, you can't walk back because you just said that we all got to give. So
no, it's fair though. It's fair though, But on a serious note, yeah, she knows I will make a contribution. We've all had our frustrations. At one point in time, I had a 46-foot container worth of books to send to the University of Liberia, and I had my own headache that I had to send it to Sierra Leone. It's a whole different story. But I, as a Liberian, I would be very proud if my university, the premier public university, the University of Liberia, can compete again in the sub-region. I think it brings a sense of pride to all Liberians, whether you went there or not. And so whatever we can do, we will do. It doesn't matter what I went there or didn't go there, but it matters that is something that we have to talk about. The republic, the look as your post-secondary educational institutions, are they on par? Are they on level? So we can all complain, we can all say, by the way, I had my wedding at the University of Liberia auditorium. So I have been on the campus.
Oh, man, you pay more than 150, but you will pay
they need a refund on my money because when I went down, the people borrowed the water inside the bathroom was finished. So my guests couldn't use the bathroom.
Okay, go there and you'll go talk it.
On a serious note, I think every Liberian citizen ought to give to this. This is a worthy cause.
Definitely.
Reach out. I hope you reach out more, you expand out more, because I imagine there are a lot of people who are associated with the University of Liberia who A, either have not heard of you, or B, have heard of you, but they have been reluctant because they've been burnt in other community organizations, and they might think you do the same thing to them. So you do have a lot of work to do. But I think this is a worthy cause, and I think anybody who is associated with Liberia should give, even if it's $20 and you can attend, give $20. It'll go to a worthy cause.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the level of preparation so far? We are getting closer to the event that I'm talking about, the convention. What are you hearing? What is the preparation so far? Hotels, rental cars, some sort of provision, so that those delegates that will be coming, they can have some sort of a discounted, ticket or whatever it is. Everything in tight as far as you are concerned.
So yes, we do have a chat room, a WhatsApp chat room that anybody can go there and read what's going on in regards to the hotels. We did not do anything when it comes to the rental cars, because the rental car thing is universal now here in America. And you can always take Uber, wherever once you get off the plane. So, but for hotels, we did release that information in the chat room, so people can go there and be able to navigate through that.
Yeah, like we that's another sort of support we are giving. Just make sure if you can share those information moving forward in some of our subsequent broadcasts, we will try to announce that to our audience, and phone numbers people can call, and we got to encourage people. The whole the country is our country, and so the more we make meaningful impact, the better voice we will have to influence decision. But when you sit down here and you can't even put hand pump in your village, and you're telling people not to vote for somebody who put rule over their head, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
If I were in that situation, I mean, it is that's the reality they are dealing with. That's the reality they are dealing with. What are some of the challenges going through this year? Calling people paying. Members, are they responding? Do they pay before they get to the convention? Or, oh, I'm a former president, man. I'm a former board member. We experience these things in organization. People want to have this sort of immediately, so-called immediately. They don't want to pay, but they want the honor person to pay. You are the chair. You're going to be maybe sitting there though to make sure the writing is right. The writing is done. And some of the old former official, when I tell you, yeah, then they are like they're so basic, but then they're trying to go in and they don't want to pay. All of these things, they are problem. And the ordinary people see it right there. They go, oh, they may pay that, I'm a can't pay. So what is the procedures involved in making sure whether the president of the association, you must pay. Everybody should pay equal, Is there any procedures in place to avoid this sort of situation, Madam Chair?
Thank you for that question. I will tell you, you can rest assured that as a matter of fact, as we speak, almost all the executives, all the board members, all the heads, the chapter heads have paid their package fees already.
I love
Is stated in our chat room. As you pay, the financial team update the chat room. So your name will be clearly stated. Okay. So when my brother write their pay tomorrow, we're gonna put your name. I'm gonna make sure you
not executive also. I don't put my name.
We'll make sure your name up there. We got a couple of people who are sponsors. We're gonna make sure their names are out there too once they make that $500 payment. So we'll put your name there too. So it's clear, it's so transparent. As you pay, our financial team immediately upload your name in our chat room to show that you have paid. So it's very clear, very transparent.
I'm happy. If people want to be president, want to be vice president, it comes to responsibility. They need to set an example for people, for other people to pay. So I love that. I think that's a good thing to do.
Let me just come about a chair. What is the theme for this year convention, and who is the keynote speaker?
So I can't remember the team offhand. I gotta look at it in my phone, maybe on our next video. You just caught me off guard with that one. So we do have hoping to have the University of Liberia president here present to be our speaker. Okay. We do have some other people we have reached out to help us fundraise. But to answer your question, the president of the University of Liberia is expected, but I do not have any confirmation on that yet.
I would really appreciate if the executive, because your committee is an ad hoc committee, you're there to do a job, and after that, believe there's a dissolution of the committee. But I would love, it is the administration should be able to expand, because people, some of all will want to give, but I don't want to invest into Fantinet. And Fantinet, you can't hold water, right?
That's right.
They need to hear the guys, and these guys here, we can ask, and that's why most people don't like to come here, because there's no peanut butter and jelly question on this network. We ask profound, seasoned, open, and genuine questions, and that's the kind of conversation we want to be keeping all of the times, not just only do it to government people and say no and not do it no. So we hope to build this sort of relationship, not only during convention time, because it will help to kind of disseminate, to also make our brothers and sisters now. What we're talking, like what the gentleman is saying, $500,000 or whatever project, they feel that people in the diaspora, we're not making any impact. We're not doing anything. They don't know these things. So this narrative needs to be told to the people. It is very, very much important. I just think everybody here that just don't gonna people and they want to come to Liberia to find job. And what wrong with even going to Liberia to find job? But they don't even know, yeah, you're sitting down, you should be resting after work, attend to family and doing things. But guess what? You're talking for the nation's higher institution, how to make the institution functional, how to help. How many of these people know? They don't know that. And you can't blame them because we are not telling more story about all of these things here, but all day this drama that is unfolding in the political world. So hopefully, maybe through you, the national administration, the leadership can come here so we can have some lengthy conversation, and that will, hopefully help. So all your committee members, you're feeling like care your own baby. All the committee members, you're feeling paying for your own ticket and package now too.
All our committee members have paid, all the executives, all the
chapter heads,
all the chapter heads have paid,
committee heads,
and other people we've been reaching out, we've been making phone calls and reaching out. Have promised that they will also pay. We do have some people who said they will pay at the door because, like you said, these are tough times. Some people waiting for that Friday before the program to come out to the door and say, "Yeah, got my money," and any amount you bring, at that point we're waiting to take it because we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to support the organization, and we're looking forward to that. We're looking for people, whatever you can afford to support this cause. We are very appreciative of it because we know money business are tough business these days.
Right.
So we really appreciate people reaching out and supporting the cause.
Okay. Wow. So wow, that's a heavy Buka dance going to be taking place in Delaware in the next coming weekend, right?
The next weekend.
Yes, October 29th. So the program is October 28th, 29th, and 30th. But the dance will actually be on the 29th.
Okay, and guess what? LPR will be there. Our man near Delaware, Manzola Gisi, going to be there and going to capture some. And anybody we want to see people on our floor. Just how they dance, the money should be wasting as well. They should be giving the money as well. But we will try as much as possible. We are open here. Liberia Public Radio is a community-based network. Another little version of NPR. We always try to have a genuine, honest, respectful conversation where we respect our guests, but we make sure we ask legitimate questions as well. But your committee is, there's a little statute or limitation in terms of what your committee is doing. So we're not going to pound you on things here, my guy, and they were ready to come unleash here this evening.
I think the VP just posted a theme. It's enhancing excellence in the academic environment.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Enhancing excellence in the academic environments looks in Teneba.
And she also said there's a Buga dance stuff between the president and Cummings. She just put it out there.
The first state next week. The guy in the first state. Oh, say you want to start trouble on this network here. But I think Joseph Boyka too now he was soon join the book.
I'll put my uncle in your thing. They say between Cummings and the president. Why you bring Joseph Boyka in anything?
Okay. All right. So
Mr. Anchor, will you be willing to invite our national leadership for an interview like this next week?
Say it again. Say it again.
Are you open to inviting our national leadership to?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think they will be able to give an insight of this whole. I think there are a lot of genuine questions.
Absolutely, we will be waiting and happy to have them on board.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Burkina Faso that start coup d'etat happy already. You see his Burkina.
He waiting now. So he waiting. They will answer your sour question. Okay, so if that way you want to answer, they will answer the sour question. So, Chair and the co-chair, is there anything specific perhaps which we have touched on and we didn't touch on it? But again, please, you have my number. Don't hesitate. Please share all of the information the cash app number, not cash or Zelle app number, hotel information. We'll try to be making this during our regular program to kind of enhance your message out there. Who knows, it could fall on some good soil, good ears, good Samaritans, people that love their country, to give. Yes, absolutely. Once tell them we can arrange time, because I think they will be able to give details information now that you don't have, but your position strictly is with the how you call it, the
Convention.
so you're not going to speak on administrative matter. This guy here, that's the laborer. He was trying to, he wants to start trouble, and think, yeah, that's how they be. So, but I think he got a good shot of it tonight. So, yeah, yeah. Is there anything specific that you wish to touch on that perhaps we didn't just mention it for your convention? Something special message? Especially the people that are not coming here, they need your members that are not coming. You got to stick behind them. They shouldn't say, if they're not coming, that means they get a less cost. There will be no reason why they can't pay the 150. They're not getting plane, they're not taking car, they're not taking Uber, and they're going to be watching it free. So they're still going to be getting the services directly or indirectly. They need to pay.
Yeah, so that is something on the table to discuss, that then they may be able to participate via Zoom, but they still have to pay something.
Yeah.
But also, like like you said, my final words would be for everybody or everybody who listening. You do not have to be a student or former student of the university. You can also support. We are open to people reaching out and letting us know in what way they can support, material wise, um, financial, whatever, even advice. If you have any plan, like your other staff were just mentioning, ways on which we can improve, we are open to that. But we're definitely looking to have a successful convention this year. We definitely looking to meet other people. And if you're in the area, we kind of centralize with Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island. We kind of centralize, so you don't have to fly. All you need to do is drive, and you can get down here and be part of this noble cause.
That's absolutely. Well, Madam Chair, I know it was sort of an impromptu one, and that's what I kind of put the leadership to test today, the committee, and the readiness kind of really snubbed me to under my own feet here, and that's why I don't like people leaders who follow excuses. I just throw one call and you say, you know what, I'm going to go for it, and your chair here. That is a speaks volume of your commitment to what you want to do. I want to thank you so much. This is a complete sacrifice, an ultimate sacrifice that you guys are making. We really, really do appreciate that. Yeah, talk to your executive and chairman number with them. Let them give us a call, and we will just put them through right here and have that sort of conversation. That will help to also add pageantry to the playing event in the coming week. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very
having
much.
us.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, gentlemen, that's how we're going to draw the curtains. We have two Gonglo men, one ANC man. Why Amos George?
No, there are two ANC men on this platform.
Oh, Amos George.
Yeah.
And then Samson told where I don't even know where he belongs.
The men block.
I am not
This guy,
that's a black guy. That's a black guy.
but no, let me do a prediction now. This guy eventually, at the end of the tunnel, he will go to Gonglo. Say, watch it today.
He coming to us.
On a very serious note, when I was in Liberia, Mr. So, I think I told you this already. I'm not going to call name, but we were invited to meet the consular. I mean, with the consular at another friend's house, and we were there that night when he walked in, and just before the introduction started, the news of Amos Sawyer, they called him right away and then announced the news of Amos Sawyer that night, and he said at this point, we all knew that there was not going to be any kind of meeting, and that was the end of the. So we actually never introduced each other, but I saw him. I was at a house, a friend's house, a friend of his friend.
Real revelation is 49. Unknown to deep throat. on revelation. We're getting some strange revelation we have never heard yet. He was there. I was there.
Mr. So I have no cause of making it up.
I
He
don't
was
say you make
inviting
it up. That's not what I'm
me.
saying. I'm just saying when it,
But that doesn't mean what I was going to suggest to him that night. And it just happened that the good doctor passed away, and so but what I was going to suggest to him that night, as young as you are, why don't you come on board with us and be the
right,
chief
folks,
justice of the
we are
Republic?
already out of
Mr.
we are
So why
already
you
out of
going to
time.
show up?
He ready again. He ready for that chief
We
justice
are
thing.
already out of time here because you better sound ridiculous. Okay, so
real quick though.
let's spin the ball around with quick closing remarks here.
Let me just be the first to say once again, as we close on a very serious note, I want to welcome the doctor and Dr. Toto. Thank you very much, as I stated earlier, but welcome on board. Here we agree to disagree vehemently, and then but with respect. And immediately after the conversation, we start our own conversation as friends. In fact, before coming on air, what really happened to me was before my computer, I realized that something was going on with my computer. I called Jay. Where are you? He said, oh, I'm coming on. So to find out that I was coming late, I thought I was going to be the first here, but then, but that's what we do here. We have serious conversation, serious engagement, and but with respect for one another. So that's what we do, and we do it better. And this is one of the best platforms under my leadership. That is.
But why you didn't call me too?
Oh, yeah. The Minnesota politician is already on board, as you know, and so
you called Jay when your computer issue. Why you didn't call me too?
Well, I know you were okay. You were dishing. You told me the other day, Jay, we want to raise some huge sums of money.
300,000. Jay want to raise $300,000.
So, but no, Doc, welcome on board. Thank you very much.
All right, Sissy, what's your take-home message?
No. The take-home is, Dr. Toto, him and I, when it comes to Liberia right now, we're seeing eye to eye on that political spectrum. But this is it was LU people. I think this is a great initiative. I think every Liberian and then in the front of Liberia should try to contribute. If $20, $10, they go a long way. We keep complaining. We look at the fence. I was in Liberia 2 months ago, and you drive by the fence of the institutions, like it has not been painted in centuries. It doesn't look presentable. I don't think it's conducive for education. Me speaking as an educator, so I think we all need to help out. So this is a good cause. I am more than willing to help out to the extent possible. But that's a good thing. And just lastly, we talk about the Bugatti dance off. You'll talk about Joe Buckeye. He's actually going to be in Pennsylvania for that stuff around the 29th. So he might be part of it. He'll be there just, for that. So Dorake, is Kumi still going to be here for that dance off? Now between he and Joseph Buckeye. So on my own.
This guy is determined to be a trouble guy here. Okay, Jennifer, what's your closing remarks?
I'd like to say thanks to Dr. George Toto, who is joining us. I said we look forward to your contribution. Resourceful one to uplifting our country. And you are always welcome. I also like to tell the UL Association leadership that came for that convention. Thanks for the level of undertaking for our country. Education, like Sister said, cannot be politicized. It is about everybody, and we need the best out of our country. So we all need to support our country efforts, especially the premium university that should look better and way far downgraded as compared to community colleges in Western area when it used to be one of the outstanding in West Africa. Douglas T used to be one of the outstanding. Louis Arthur Grant used to be one of the outstanding. And it is quite embarrassing today that we found ourselves in such an environment. I also like to say that the ANC convention was quite warmed. There were a lot of dignitaries, there were a lot of personality or prominence eminent in that area for different walks of life. The upcoming convention, your communication will be served in a very short while. I talk more the rest of the panelists, Mr. Cummings, look forward to seeing some of you sitting down, different social media outlets, having conversation, sharing ideas, what needed to be done, not necessarily of a support to him, but about how he can better up his dream for the country, because everything we do is about Liberia. From the positive standpoint, unlike what is taken away from us. I also like to send this clarion call to President Weah and his leadership. The counting of our people and the census is very cardinal. Development goes by population density, and the demographic of the population must be revisited. They must be resized. We should know where are the gaps, how investors can make intervention, and how ordinary citizens can make intervention. It is unfortunate that up to now,
All right.
for our population. But thank you so very kindly.
Okay, let me go to Dr. Toto. Dr. Toto, it's a first date, and we will be here all of the time here. So let me do this here. Will you hold your guy accountable as well when some administrative decisions are not made? Will you come out here to speak openly about that, or everything will be done behind the closet?
Why you want to put it civilized way? Why you can't ask the good doctor if the Gonglo appoint Daniel Chia, will you say something? I just put it in the Liberian way.
But why the Daniel Chair thing? Because I've been pushing Daniel Chair, been hold the to bring it
Why
back.
are you bringing Daniel Chia Benek here? The man are not ANC man, so why are you bringing Daniel Chia Benek? Go ahead, Dr. Toto. Your closing remark.
First of all, let me just say thank to the warm welcome. There's a very fruitful discussion. For the first, let's say from my first day, the discussion was very fruitful and warm welcome. We hope that the resources that we bring in here, it will not just be only for the T1 Gogolo team, but for Liberia as a whole. We all know that there's a need for change in Liberia, and such a platform and discussion is the way to move forward. And we are open to that process, And while our process, our press on the show here, it would not just be limited to, even though we are for the government side, but without for us, would not just be limited to that. If we see anything go wrong within our camp, we'll bring it out to the public. So we're not going to run any kind of Sunny or Parambush here. Even though some of members here also too with the side, but we're not going to do that either. We can't do the political atmosphere. So we're going to try to engage the very positively on the other side of it. So we're not going to just be one-sided discussion or issue.
All right.
Issue of LU. I think there's a need for to invite the leadership of LU on the platform. There are so many answer questions that the community will not dive into. LU being the premier university in Liberia, there's a need to discuss so many issues to move that university forward. When it comes to the issue of for some of that fund was saying higher or academic credential, when it comes to the type of people that we have in LU that provide intellectual knowledge to our brothers and sisters in Liberia is very poor in terms of fake academic degree. It's fluttering in Liberia as a whole, and LU being one of the main hotspots. So we want to know what the Alumni Association, what are they doing to work around the administration, to try to see how best to separate some say apple and oranges. These are type of discussion we'll be having. I've been engaging some of them on the side, like some of the professors from LU. So we have been having some of those discussion. There's a need for to come in the public, So I hope that the PR can be able to try to engage the leadership.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then, this is a very good discussion. We hope to be part of the platform going forward and to see how we can leverage the little knowledge that we have to share.
Okay. Dr. Toto, we want to thank you so much, and as usual to the panel. Now, all of you here, you get a political pick, which is okay. So it is incumbent upon you to get your guys. We need to hear from them. Tiawan now is a candidate. He's no more expiring. I'm not sure whether he's going to be coming with that same broom or he's going to be bringing different broom. I don't know, but please, we need to have the Jeniton, please tell your man and Dr. Bwaka, your man is coming to Philadelphia again. If you can bring the
Don't know those people, they don't know me. I keep telling you this. I just admire them. I speak, from that perspective.
Why are you selling product that you don't even know? What is
The
biological
product is
warhead?
good. If I know the product is good, I got taste. I got good taste. If I know something tastes good, I will sell it.
He's carrying a nuclear
The
warhead.
man lactose intolerant, but he's selling milk. That
Gentlemen, I'm out. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant.
I think they should.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. All right. Dr. Toto, the liberal progressive.
Thank you.
Janitor, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, folks. That does it. I'm Alfonso Z and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to thank you so much, and we say thank you to the organizing committee of the University of Liberia, the Alumni Association, function coming up in Delaware, Newark, Delaware. So thank you so much, and by God's willing, we're going to be back here with more programs tomorrow and in the coming week. Liberian War Today returns this Sunday. I'm going to be having Dr. Stephania 14th. I'm going to be my guest right here, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Until then, this is how we're going to let you go tonight. Thank you so much for your time, for your energy, your tweets, your comments. They help us to improve our capacity here. Liberia has to be discussed, and it has to be discussed comprehensively. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.
If someone killed for you before, they kill your mother and they kill your father. They kill your wife and make your children homeless. Oh yeah. They kill your husband and make your children fatherless.
How many of us are willing to let go? And that's what the songwriter is saying. There's a voice of Minister Jemima Walker fading away right here, hovering over the Liberia Public Radio. We want to thank you so much. Thank you for your time, your commitment to this network, and what you do it right. Let it go.
Your best friend is now your secret enemies. Your mother-in-law don't even want to see you.
Also, Liberty Hijack is a new memoir. It's available on the Amazon. The histories of how the loss of liberty divides Liberia by award-winning journalist Kai Gerald. He will be appearing here on the Liberia Public Radio. But you can get this copy on Amazon as well. So if you're within the New England belt, you can contact me and you can secure your copy. We want to say it's a big welcome to our senior contributor analyst, Dr. George Toto. And so that's going to be added to this network.
Jesus to run, no. So let it go. It is painful, let it go. Oh yeah, mama, let it go. Let Jesus take.
We're going to be having more conversation right here on this network here, discussing high call issues and taking it on for the good of the country.
Oh, help me let it go. Help me let it go, man. Oh yes,
well, folks, good evening, bye-bye, and have a pleasant evening.
I just want to thank you. Thank you.